Hello everyone, welcome to the next Q&A from Etiuda competition. And I would like to welcome all guests that we have here. First of all, I would like to welcome Pepe Sapena, the director of the film Fire in the Sun. And I would like to ask some questions to you. And first of all, thank you for joining us. And I would like to ask, why did you choose to show such a difficult topic, actually, of love and relationship in female relationship? Did it have some special meaning to you, or was it just like it doesn't matter who the people are?
It's just what you said. I think that I decided to tell the story through the view or through the discussion of two girls because I think that love trouble are universal and it doesn't matter if it's a relationship between a boy and a girl, two boys, two girls, or whatever. I think that everybody has this kind of problems, this kind of discussions, this kind of reflections, and yeah, I think that's why.
Okay, so that it's just universal and it doesn't matter, actually. Right. Thank you. And also, I think that this movie actually perfectly portrays the difficulties that come up in relationship that can be built from something really small and really simple and can turn to something really big and kind of life-changing and really meaningful. Like here is just like regular trip to the art gallery and regular discussion about art. So it could be something trivial as well, something other, and then it turns up to a really big misunderstanding and argument. And was it this the idea for this movie to actually portray that these major issues come usually from something really trivial?
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of that in the movie, but I think there's also one thing that sometimes we don't think about the things we say and how we say it, and how can these things can affect the others. And as you said, this can escalate to other things that can complicate a relationship between two friends or between a boyfriend and a girlfriend or whatever. And yeah, there's also a third thing. I think that sometimes the problems we are having are just very little things to others, but to us that can be really, really important. And in the case of these two girls, the thing that's happening to them is really important. But maybe to the person who's viewing the film is not that much unless you live it yourself.
Yes, exactly. So that's something really important to one person can be something not important at all for the other. And that it shows in these weird situations. Okay, great. And also I wanted to ask about this exhibition. Was it something special, like some kind of special event? Or was it just a typical exhibition in Spain? Or was it someone famous that made this particular painting that everything started from?
Well, the exhibition was something we made. We contacted a lot of artists and painters that we knew or that friends of us knew, and that's how we got all those paintings. But the main painting is a recreation of Marc Chagall's birthday because in that painting there's a boy who is kissing a girl, and they are two floating in the air. And yeah, I love very much that painting, and I think that it's the perfect starting point for the discussion and for the talk that the girls have.
Good, great, thank you. And also, I wanted to ask about your decision of joining the film school, and how was it, and where did you come from? Where did the idea for doing this came from?
The idea of joining the cinema school, or the idea for the short film?
Cinema school.
Well, I studied law in Valencia, which is the city I was born. And when I was finishing my law studies, I knew that that was something I didn't want to do for a living. And by that moment, I was a very, very cinema fan. I watch a lot of films. I watch one film or two films every day. It was like a sickness to me. And yeah, I decided that I wanted to give it a try. And yeah, when I finished my studies law, I went directly to the cinema school, and there I knew that I had done the right thing, the right decision, because I met a lot of people, and I started to live the life that I wanted. Yeah.
Great. So it's never too late.
No.
Great. Thank you very much, Pepe. We will turn to other participants now. Thank you again for the movie
you.
and for being
Thank you.
here with us.
Okay.
Next, I would like to welcome the director, Anthony Nti, of the film Good Night, and the co-writer and co-producer, Chingiz Karlbekov. I hope I read it right. Welcome. Hi.
Hello.
Hi, great to have you. Thank you. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And I would like to ask a question for you, Anthony, because you were born in Ghana yourself, but most of your life you've spent in Belgium. And I would like to know if this was some kind of personal journey for you to going back there, and did you have this idea for doing something in your, let's say, home country for a long time? And did it have some special meaning on a personal level doing this movie exactly there?
All right. First, thank you for selecting the movie. We are very excited about that. Yeah, I was born in Ghana, but this film is not my first film actually that I did in Ghana. And also, I've been to Ghana a few times. Also, I have a lot of family members still there. Most of my family members are there, so I go there a lot. But this idea for this film is actually, yeah, it's semi-autobiographical, so a bit based on stuff that I went through in Ghana, but also here in Belgium. And we just wanted to place it all in Ghana. And we had the idea back in 2014, but it was a bit too ambitious. So it took a while, and then finally decided we wanted to do it for my master's. And so I went back to where I really grew up in Medina, in Ghana, where all the film takes place. But I have a lot of family members there, and they all help. You know? So in the crew listing, all the names is just family members. You know, this is just one big family film with 5 people from Belgium, the camera guy, the sound, the actor from here, Chingiz, the producer and the co-writer, and then my dad.
That sounds really great. Thank you. It sounds awesome. And were the children that played main character, because their names are also not changed and their performance is extraordinary. They look really professional and great. They have great performance on camera. And so were they also some not professional child actors? And how did you find them? Were they also family, maybe?
No, I mean they were not family, but there are family members playing in there. But those two, they actually, so my nephew knew the headmaster of a school, a primary school, and we just did an audition there. And the funny story is that we actually wrote the story for two boys, but we had an open audition. Everybody could come, and a girl came in, Matilda, and yeah, she was supposed to be like me when I was a kid, but she was better, you know. Like she came in, and we were like, "Wow, this is it." And the decision of using their names, something that me and Chingiz decided to keep at the end. But if you watch the film, sometimes they say something else. Like she calls him Kofi, and that's actually in Ghana. Depending on the day that you were born, you get like a name. It's not an official name, but you get a name. And if you are a boy and you were born on Friday, your name is Kofi. So these are small elements that are in the film also, but they were not professional.
Okay, that's very interesting. I have a question for both of you, maybe, because you said you were filming in Ghana before, but how about the Chingiz? How different actually is filming in Africa than in say Belgium or Europe? Was it challenging? Is it more difficult to have all the people involved? And how was it this experience for you?
Well, it wasn't any more difficult productionally. I think me and Anthony, we were quite used to doing stuff guerrilla style. So we knew how to approach these things. Anthony had shot there before, we have shot there since. The great thing was that the story was so personal to Anthony, and we could rely on family members that helped us out a lot. And the main issue would have been like the traffic. It was the traffics are so long that it took us a very long time to get from one location to the next. We lost a lot of time, um, you know, moving from locations. That was otherwise we had a great time.
Okay, that also sounds awesome. Sounds like a really, really great experience for both of you and for everyone involved, actually. Yeah. But I wanted to actually ask about something more difficult as well. Is it the problem portrayed in this film about let's say child trafficking or child labor maybe in general? Is it something common there in Ghana or in other countries maybe as well? And how do the people cope with it? Because these children are really innocent and really trustful, and they don't seem that they have any issues with talking to other people, to adults. It's very different than in Europe, because we all have this, in Europe and America mostly too, this stranger danger, and that don't talk to strangers, don't go anywhere, and let everyone know where you are, and don't go in the car with someone you don't trust fully, and all of that. And the children seem to completely don't have that at all. They're just like careless and living life, and they can end up in really bad situations as well. So I was wondering, how does it actually look like there? Do you have any knowledge about that?
Yeah. So I mean, this is an issue that happens a bit all over the world. Um, but for us, we just wanted, like, that's also in the film. We don't really say what really happens, but the fact that like you were saying, like the freedom of kids, you know, because like when I growing up in Ghana, I remember I used to be very free, and even though you know you are free, there is this matureness that you have on you, and yeah, of course, you know that the adult lifestyle and the innocence of the child gets stolen, and that's something that you know I find very sad, you know, because we are supposed to be free and we are human beings, but we don't have, always have good intentions. And as far as like in Ghana, I can only speak for Ghana. The government is doing a lot about this. Police officers, everybody is really cautious of this thing, and so it's they're really doing something about it. And Chingiz has a funny story even about it. Maybe you could say something.
Yes, please.
Yeah, last year we shot another project in Ghana, a music video slash short film, and we had cast these two kids, and we were bringing them back home late at night when the police stopped us, and there is this issue, and there was a miscommunication with the driver and the police, and so they thought that we had kidnapped the kids, and we had spent the night in jail.
Oh.
Yeah, last year. Yeah, so it is an issue. Yeah.
Okay, but
Why
it's
Chingiz
really nice to hear. Sorry.
they are doing something about it. That's why Chingiz ended up in jail. That's good.
Yes, exactly. That's really giving a lot of hope that people are aware and they are doing a lot, sometimes even to innocent people, but they are trying.
Don't do me like that, man. This is live.
Good. Great. Thank you very much for sharing all of this with us, guys. Thank you. And the
Thank you
film is
very much.
really touching, and thank you for being here with us as well. Now I would like to welcome Albin Wildner, the director of the film Dogwatch. Hello. We don't hear you. Sorry.
I just switched off the
Oh,
microphone.
yes, exactly. Now it's
Hi,
better.
nice to meet you. Thanks for
Hi,
having me.
hi. Nice to see you too. Great. And your movie is very touching and shows a lot of struggles in very short period of time, and the struggles to have to cope in a very difficult and complicated life situation, and to trying to have a normal life in all of this as well. And I wanted to ask if this unemployment issue of 50 plus people is a big or maybe a growing issue in Austria. Is there a common problem of that there?
I would say it is becoming a more complex problem now with increasing unemployment during all the economic issues the COVID crisis will show, but it's for a long time that people at a certain age have a massive problem to back to the profession of work they lost in a position, and you get maybe the company moves to another country for economic reasons, or you're just not be needed anymore. It's very difficult to find your way back at a certain age in your profession, and these people sometimes they find themselves in an endless circle at the job center, and that is, I would say, an issue which will stay an issue for the next years. And I would say it's very important to have a strong welfare state in this situation. And the film also deals with these topics.
Oh, okay, and regarding this production that was our company moved to another country, I wanted to touch this subject as well, because the issue of immigrants or maybe foreigners in general keeps coming up in the movie, like the first topic, that the production of the main character's company was moved to Poland. That's why he lost his job. And then that the physiotherapist is Ukrainian, and that there's this issue of Eastern gangs and coming from abroad and doing these crimes. So I wanted to go deeper and ask if there's some maybe feeling in Austria's citizens of wrong intentions of immigrants, or maybe general feeling that their situation is worse because of, let's say, foreigners in general, that it would be better if they weren't there?
I would say it's an issue, and you can do politics with it. There is a feeling of unsecureness, also economic unsecureness. People are afraid to lose their position. People feel left out. And it's easy to blame somebody else. And I see the phenomenon that right-wing parties with a strong law and order policy against foreigners can get votes this time very, very stronger than maybe 20 years ago. And the issue gets directed to the migrants, and so it is an issue between the people. I did the security education for the research for this film, and if you listen to the people how they talk, it's always the people from the east, it's always the people from somewhere, even if at the specific situation you have no idea what happened. And the other thing is that in Austria, the whole healthcare system depending on migrants. There are not Austrians who are doing this very important work. So we are always in this field of arguments. And we saw during the first lockdown what happened when the nurses couldn't enter the border. Well, very, very big problems, and it was the first time people were evaluating them for it also in the mainstream media for a short period of time. But in the conversation of politics, we always come to the migrant question, and that's a global issue, I think so.
Yes, of course, definitely, and it's growing in those very difficult time right now, as you mentioned as well. Thank you very much for that. I wanted to also ask about the dog. I'm very curious about the dog, and how was working with a dog actor. And was it a specially trained dog? And also, did you have any problems with doing the final scenes as you planned in the screenplay, or did you have to change something because it was not possible to do it exactly as you wanted to?
We were very lucky with the dog. We found somebody. There was a famous TV series in Austria which was called Kommissar Rex. It was also translated in different languages, and there was a trainer who was in the pool of the dog trainers for Kommissar Rex, and he directed us to a very young dog trainer with the name of Connie Pint from Styria, and she is a dog trainer and she loves what she does, and the dog is just amazing. The dog worked in every scene. It was not at all that we had any issues with some scenes that the dog did not as we wanted it. The scene where the dog dies was, of course, tricky. But the good thing is that we could delay the whole shoot for a couple of months because we had issues with casting with the human actors. So to get the actor and all the other actors that I really was craving for, we tried, we decided to postpone. So the dog trainer had more time to do the trick. And it is in fact a rollover of the dog where the dog freezes in the middle and just holds eye contact to the trainer for a couple of seconds. And these are the seconds that we had in the movie. And the other shots where you have the main character in focus, there is no dog there. And yeah, we started the shooting day with the dog because the dog has to be fresh, and we could just plan this day with the dog, and it worked amazing. And the main actor really fell in love with the dog. The main actor still has his phone screen, his screensaver, a picture with the dog, so they really bonded. It also helped.
Great. It was actually really visible, and I thought it was just perfect acting, and now it turns out it was probably both the perfect acting and also real affection for the dog.
I would say this relationship really was there, and we just had to point the camera to the both of them playing, and we just got some very, very nice gifts from nature.
Okay, great. Thank you again. Thank you for being with us and for your movies and for the talk. And see you on the festival.
Nada